13 matchup for you here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance. And they got it done.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Able to find his man, it's Pickens.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
On the jump. Hey, listen. Hurt.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. And it'll be an excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Pickett to throw on first down.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Harris running straight ahead. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a 1st down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Pickett back to throw.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try.
From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's Walker to start the drive. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his left. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
It's caught. Lockett.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Returning right back to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Walker now on 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
On play action, they'll throw. This is the tight end Fant. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 88 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This is caught. And he is out of bounds here. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really...
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year as his guys have now moved out in front. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is now 14-10. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The Steelers at 7-4 on the year, and they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one. Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Try him with Pickett here on 3rd down. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Off play action. Pickett. He's got this to Pickens.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 21. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Touchdown! George Pickens with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Steelers are able to move back in front. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over guys. He continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the 1st half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And he'll send the tight end in motion left. 2nd and 9 now. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
45 yards on the ground for him so far.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st.
Now Pickett will look to pass it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Pickett, they'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Pickett now to throw off the play fake.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Now Pickett on 4th down. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down, as you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll send the tight end in motion left. 2nd and 14. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end Fant. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. Now the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Trying the left side with Walker. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
1st and 10, here's Pickett.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Across the formation, he hits Austin. He's got room at the 30.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now again, running left is Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Now Pickett.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Boswell's kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
19-7, 19-7. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 70. Ridge. 19 Lions.
Looking to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that's incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Devin McCourty brings him down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On second down, this is Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Noah Fant with a catch on the crossing route.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Running left is Walker. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Understand he's just down 1 possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Throw out wide to Walker.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. There he goes left side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw here. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That completes it again to Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Option right, Pickett going to run with it. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. And they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one